Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Authentic Podcast with Justin Doulard. And thank you for tuning in to another episode. And now, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Another genuine conversation with a unique individual. It's time!
All right, welcome back everyone to the Authentic Podcast. I appreciate you for tuning in. Already been talking offline for about 15, 20 minutes with one of my good buddies, Mr. Derrell Scavone. So thank you guys for listening, and Derrell, welcome to the show, man.
How you doing, boss? What's up?
Doing great. I know we talked about you trying to get on because you've been one of my big listeners per se for a while, and then I think we talked about maybe September, October about you getting on. You've been pretty busy working, and we're finally getting it done. So,
yes, sir. Yep, been at work, been slaving to old Uncle Sam and getting it done.
You finally got a little break, so been watching football and chilling.
Oh yeah,
Packers got that first round bye, so
come on, Aaron Rodgers, MVP, baby, MVP.
Yeah. So I was telling it with I was talking with Cedric, who is a big Packers fan as well, last week, and he's like, Aaron Rodgers got MVP on lockdown, and he's got the Super Bowl. And I told him, like, he's probably right, he's an MVP, but bro, when the MVP wins, a lot of times they don't win the Super Bowl. It's like, so you may not want the MVP.
Well, I got him winning the Super Bowl too, and I know you're a pretty much a better through and through. So before this is all said and done, we can place a bet on it if you'd like.
Okay, so maybe for one reason, because only reason now is because honestly I think they have a great shot at going all the way, because they almost made it last year. I mean, they lost to a really good Niners team, so and they're better this year, I think, than they were last year. So
if the Niners get Deshaun Watson, it's over with.
Yeah, I think he's getting traded for sure. He's on his way out. He's already talked about it, so that'd be a good place for him to go, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw something today
sir.
on Instagram. They were talking about the Dolphins too.
There's a whole bunch. I mean, there was a whole bunch of trade packages that were kind of offered for him. I mean, that I saw anyway, kind of proposals or scenarios. And I mean, the Niners makes the most sense, so that'd be scary.
I don't think Jimmy G is what he's hyped up to be. I mean, I think he's decent, but
no. Those porn stars are draining the life out of him.
Dude, he's a freaking good looking guy, man. I don't blame him.
Oh, well, hey.
What do you think about the Carson Wentz, Jalen Hurts stuff?
Oh, well, I feel like the Eagles kind of handed it over to Washington. That was wild.
Absolutely.
I mean, I've never seen nothing like that in my life.
Nothing. So we're sitting on the couch and I'm like watching the game, but then I'm like, I'm out of it because I'm like, we're 4-10, we're just playing to play, and we weren't doing that great. But most people don't know him, but our third string quarterback is Nate Sudfeld. No one really knows that, but he's been with the team for a while. Anyways, I'm sitting on my phone and Lindsay goes, who's Nate Sudfeld? And I was like, why are they saying? And I look up and he's in the game. They put him in, and I was like, what?
Jalen Hurts wasn't hurt or anything. I mean,
no.
What are you doing? We were
in it. We were in the game too. Yeah.
Did Peterson say anything about it ever? I never followed up on it.
To be honest, I didn't either. I mean, we should have won the game, or we should at least competed. And then, even if we did, we won 5 games on the season. So I didn't even finish watching because I'm just so pissed about everything. Like, even if Carson Wentz isn't the answer, like, it still got ugly quick, man. Like with him and Hurts, like, because I like Jalen Hurts, but I don't know if he's better than Wentz, or if Wentz is just in a slump. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
I don't know if Hurts got caught fire or if what it was, but I mean, that was a good outing. That was a good first start.
When we drafted him, I liked it, and a lot of people didn't, because I was like, Wentz typically gets hurt, and we need somebody who, a good number 2. So I was happy, but I don't know if he's the answer or if he was just kind of in that dog mode and he's a backup and he wants to shine because he is good, but it's not like he went in there and went 4-0. Like he only won one game, so
Yeah.
I don't know, but he did really well. So it'll be interesting. So with that being said, before we move on, who is your Super Bowl pick then? Obviously you got the Pack versus who? KC?
I'm going to be controversial here, and I'm going to say Buffalo, just because Buffalo's been unreal, dude. They've been lights out. Josh Allen is a man. I don't give a damn. That dude's a man.
He is, dude.
He's hard to bring down. He's Big Ben, hard to bring down, but he can run like Aaron Rodgers. And he could throw at 85 yards. What are you doing, dude? How'd you throw the ball that fucking far?
Dude,
Troy
I was watching.
Aikman said he's never heard. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're
Troy
good.
Aikman said whenever I went to his pro day, I could hear the ball zipping, and I was halfway up the stadium. I'm like, what? You could hear it? Zoom, zoom. That's a man.
I was watching him play. Who'd they play? The Colts. And I don't know. I could be wrong. It looked like he just kind of popped it out of his wrist, and it was a cool 45-yard dart.
Yeah.
On a line. He wasn't even like in the pocket post. He was kind of sitting out, and then just ridiculous, man.
And I love Kyler, and I know you do too because you had him on your fantasy team. But it's the retrospect with Kyler. It's like the opposite. Like whenever he threw that Hail Mary to
D-Hop.
I think of his name. D-Hop. He literally threw his whole body into it, went to the ground and everything, and it was like a 60-yard Hail Mary. He threw his whole body into that, dude. He went out of bounds, fell on the ground.
All 5, 6 of him.
It's the whole opposite with that. That's
dude,
funny.
I'll be the first to admit that I didn't think Kyler Murray was going to do that well, but he's fun to watch. He is so fun. Yeah. I would like to say I'm a little biased because he was my fantasy quarterback, but whenever he takes off running and every single touchdown he hits the goal line, he just puts the ball out, just weep.
Yeah.
It's like weep. He just does his little legs just start chopping and no one can catch him, and he just freaking. It's like playing flag football. Like he's got flags on him and you can't ever get him. So you got Packers-Bills.
Packers-Bills. That's mine.
I don't think that's unrealistic.
Packers for sure, but Packers-Bills is my off-the-wall pick, I guess you could say.
Dude, I think they have a really decent chance. So.
Let's get into it.
We were talking earlier kind of about what's going on with you. It sounded like 2020 was a pretty good year for you, and most people kind of had a crummy year. You had some good things happen. So
yes, sir. I put the blinders on to the BS, I guess you could say. Ray Charles to the BS. And I kind of stayed off social media and kind of just let God kind of take the wheel on that. I got back into the oil field when a lot of people thought it was going to go down, and it did there for a minute. It went to negative numbers, first time ever. When the OPEC and Russia and Saudi were all fighting, and so it went to negative numbers, and they laid off 240 people at our company, and I got to stay, and I got furloughed for a month. I did leave for, I guess, a month and a half and drove hot shot. But other than that, I was able to work. My daughter, she turned 1 this year, and then now she's a year and a half. So she's to the point now where she was in our little apartment running in a circle, bouncing off every wall like a pinball, like bam, 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 bam. Like these 4 walls aren't enough, Dave. Let's get something bigger. So we got a house. It's you lived in Tahlequah your whole life. It's right by Greenwood School. It's in a perfect area in between my mom and my grandma. It's right in the middle of town. It's 2,300 square foot. Got a backyard and fenced in with a pool. It's just something that I've always kind of dreamt about, and now it's a reality. So it's been a pretty good year.
Nice, man. How was the home buying process? Was it a headache, or did it go a lot smoother than you think?
No, it was terrible. I mean, it was definitely terrible. I had some past mistakes as a young adult that came back to haunt me, and with my credit, and had to get that back right and get in contact with all those companies. And it ended up being June, July. It was about a 5-month process, 4-month process, and then it finally everything came to fruition. But the catch was I was on the road, so that added to the stress. I had to leave work in the middle of the day, and I was at the time in Jao, New Mexico. I had
with great signal, I bet, huh?
Oh yeah, with great signal. And Jordan, my fiance, she was at the home buying place. Like, hey, they said you have to be here, and I'm like, gosh, dang it! So I take off from work. I have to go there. They email me something on the way. I sign over a temporary sign over of my power of attorney, so she could sign my name on everything. That way we could finalize the house. So it ended up happening that day, and I mean, like I said, it's been awesome. I mean, it's one of those work in progress things, but we're getting it to where we want to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro, that's good.
A lot further than where I thought I would come in just a few years. You know what I mean? So
yeah, let's talk about that, because you and I were discussing it earlier, and it's something that you're pretty proud of. Kind of where
yeah,
you are versus where you were, only
yeah,
three or 4 years ago.
yeah. It was 2017. Yeah, 2016 is whenever I moved to California. Um, I was doing bad here in Tahlequah, drug wise, messing with pills and anything you could think of. And once I finally took the plunge and started messing with dope, or what we call in Tahlequah, or meth, I touched it one time and decided, okay, I need to get away. I need to get out of here. I need to clear my mind. Went to California for 9 months. And the guys I was living with up there, they were from Texas, just few guys I knew, and they kind of saw my vision. I saw theirs. When I got up there, it was a whole different story. They were playing football for a JUCO up there, living off the school's dime. I was the only one with the job and vehicle. So it was like, God dang. So after about 9 months to clear my head, I came back and slowly fell back into the trap at the end of 2016. And it was kind of like a ultimatum, I guess you could say. My mom was like, hey, we're going to cut you off as a family, or you're going to get clean. You're going to get help. And I mean, you know me, but the viewers or the people that listen may not. My family's were pretty tight knit. I mean,
some G's.
My mom was the alarm clock at our dorm for
oh my
for
gosh,
a couple of years. But
Melody don't mess around, bro.
No. So I went up to this. It was a work rehab. It wasn't like one of those palms where you get to stay in a hot tub and talk about your feelings and all that. I was as soon as I could pass a drug test, I was getting shuttled up to Muldrow every day to work at a chicken plant free of charge for no money.
A little different than the TV, huh?
Oh yeah, staying in a pole barn in Muskogee. Staying in a pole barn in Muskogee and with 45 other guys. Well, see, the catch is about 44 of those other guys, they were dudes that he would go to county, and they was like a small drug charge, and he would bail them out and say, okay, they'll do rehab. If they fail a drug test or anything, we'll bring them back to county.
Who is this?
I wasn't coming at Ray's house. It's in Muskogee. And so it's just if you're going into Hilldale, like say you're coming out and you exit onto Peak, that area right there with the wood, all the ricks of wood and the pole barns and the church, and right by the truck driving area.
Okay.
The truck driving place. Yeah, all that's a
rehab. The Flying J?
Yeah, all that's a rehab. So I was over there, and for 30 days I push mowed his yard. Literally 30 days. I mean, it was like 2 acres. And we're push mowing and weed eating, and I'm just sweating out all the bull BS. And after 30 days, I could pass the drug test and went up to Muldrow Chicken Plant. And I mean, we were going up there every day, every single day. We would get up at 4:30, and it was 15 of us in a Chevy in a Chevy like transport van. I mean, the ones with 3-row seats, bench seats, and we all had to squeeze in there, drop us off. And at the beginning of the day, it wasn't bad. At the end of the day, we all smelled like dead chicken. So we were all crammed in there. I mean, it built character for sure.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was kind of one of them deals where I think it was God, but it was just a coincidence where there was a guy delivering CO2 to the chicken plant. We were sitting out there talking, smoking a cigarette, and he was like, "Hey man, have you ever heard of frack?" I'm like, "No, what's that?" He explained it to me, told me how much it paid, and I was like, "Get me hired." And at this time, I had already completed my rehab process of 6 months. I was there for 2 more months, just basically trying to almost become a sponsor, just kind of be one of the guys where it's like, hey, I'm still trying to figure everything out, but I have been clean for this amount of time. This program works. And so then whenever he told me that, I was like, I got to go. I got to go out there and get that money. You know what I mean? So, and it was November of 2017. I left and got a job with Tucker Energy at the time in McAllister. And ever since then, I worked there. I met Jordan shortly. I mean, I knew Jordan, but we reached out to each other and we got together shortly after that. At the time, I was living with Cole in his single wide trailer in Welling at a bend. Yeah. So shortly after that, we got our apartment together, and then the miracle baby happened, Rylan J, and we. I mean, it's been a hell of a time, but it definitely was. I mean, I went through a time there where I was hiding it from everybody, and even you guys, my best friends, my fraternity brothers, my family, everybody. I was just hiding it, kind of masking it for the longest time. And I mean, I did meth for probably a year and a couple months, and no one knew. No one had a. I mean, at the end, everybody knew because I started seeing skinwalkers and little people run around outside like, who's outside? Like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? But other than that, I mean, it's not a joke. I'm not trying to joke around about it. It's a real issue. But I mean, it is funny now that I can laugh about it with myself because it's like, dude, you were out there. Like, I mean, you were out there.
That's why you're fun to talk to. You might be one of the only few people that could tell like a true passionate story about it, but then like laugh about it and cut up about it. So,
but I mean, I fell into the Tahlequah trap too, and I'm sure you've heard about it. I mean, the pills and the Roxys, and of course, the opioid epidemic it's a real thing here, and I know Tahlequah, Oklahoma, but Oklahoma for sure. So, I fell into that trap pretty hard, and then it turned into. After that, it was, I mean, meth, straight meth. With no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So
when that happened, did I guess like just from my own understanding, you were doing all kinds of other stuff, and was it just something you're like, oh, might as well try it. I've already done this, or were you like, were you down in the dumps and you're like, I've already done it, might as well go here, or?
No, it was one of those deals. Well, whenever I came back from California, or before the first time.
Either one.
Well, the first time it was. I was actually doing like heavy doses of Adderall. I mean, for the longest time. And then it turned into like, okay, I want Adderall every day. And then it was one of the guys that I was getting opioids from I was like, man, I want some Adderall. You know what I mean? I liked at the time to mix them up. And he was like, why are you messing with Adderall? He's like, this is a lot cheaper. And I was like, he's like, a lot cheaper and you stay high a lot longer. And I was like, huh. Let's try it. Tried it, and then it was like, whoa, god damn, I'm up for 3 days. Holy shit. I done fixed the weed eater, fucking brushed my teeth, showered 14 times, cut my own hair. Yeah. It was a wild ride, man. It was definitely one of them deals I never thought I'd do. I was always the guy that was making fun or talking crap, downgrading people that did it, like, oh, look at that dope head, or look at that tweaker, but it's easy to fall into, you know what I mean, especially when you're from here.
Right. How long well, and I mean, whoever did that to you too, whoever made it sound so this is same thing but cheaper, better, and I mean, it's kind of a sales pitch, and like you said, you're we were looking to get high, and you're like, well, shit, if it saves me money and lasts longer, like I'm
Yes,
already
sir.
here, right? So,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
like you said, you're up 3 days, doing everything
Yes,
around the
sir.
house.
Yeah, the day I went to rehab, I had been up for 12 days.
No way.
Swear to God.
Nope.
A to
12
B. I put
days?
that on everything. I
Oh
put that on
my
everything.
gosh.
12 days, man. I didn't know where I was, who I was, what was going on, left from right. Thought my family would set me up on the way to rehab. Bro, I took off running. Okay. Look, dude, this is the first time I've ever told this story. The come and go when you come into Muskogee, right when you come over the bridge, that come and go on the right.
Okay.
We pulled into there. we pulled into there. Me, Pete, and Melanie pull into
Oh,
there.
damn.
Oh, dude, it was all bad. And we pull into there, and I go
Where
in,
were you
and the
going?
guy to the rehab to Ray's house, but we had to wait on Ray. We had to wait on Ray because he was in the middle of, I guess, getting someone from the jail. So my grandpa's on the phone with him because he had set it up. Him and my mom, and he talked to Ray. Said, "Okay, it'll be about 30 minutes." Okay, cool. So we go to come and go. I'm like, "Yeah, I want a vitamin water." We go to come and go, and I'm at the register checking out. And this again, right hand to God, this happened. A guy has a
Are you
heart.
higher now?
Yes, yes. I had right as when my mom told me that it was in her front yard. I walked outside in jean shorts, cut off jean shorts, no shirt, no shirt, and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" And I hopped in the 96 Ford Econoline van and drive over to the car wash across the street from her house on the bypass. Meet up with my guy, get one more $25 worth of quarter paper, and did it all right there. And then I was like, all right, I'm ready to go. Ready to go. And we take off. And I mean, I was seeing fucking spirit people, fucking twigs were moving, walking around, telling me I was a piece of shit. I didn't know what was going on. So we drive up there to come and go. And they said, hey, do you want something? My grandpa said, do you want something? I said, yep. Pulling to come and go. A guy has I don't know if it's a heart attack or what, but he falls out on the door and he's like, call 911, call 911. And I'm in the middle of tweaking. I'm like, what is going on, man? This is a setup. You guys have the cops, the EMS on the way. I'm running. I take off running towards the big electrical power plant with the smoke coming out
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
right there at the freaking bridge. I take off running. I run all the way down there. My mom and papa pull up in the truck. They're like, what are you doing? I said, I'm getting out of here. I was like, you guys are setting me up, blah, blah. I dive into the river.
No, you don't.
Dive into
nope.
fully clothed. Fully clothed.
Oh,
Fully clothed.
stop.
And like the look on Pete's face in that moment was like, that was it. That was what sent me. I was like, okay, I'm tripping. That was the only thing that made me get sober up. Like, he was like, what are you doing? Like, what is going on?
You just wait for a swim, huh? Just got your sea legs?
Yeah. But like another thing, when you and Lindsay moved into Dandy's house up there behind Hibbett's,
Yep.
that was a peak of whenever I was screwing up, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like the door I left there, the fucking jack, the power jack, the door, the fucking all the shit I left there, that was all in my van. I was hauling off like brush in that van, like it was a truck. Like the van was the bed of a truck. I had it piled with sticks all the way to the roof, dude. I mean, it wasn't no good, dude. Yeah, it wasn't no good, man.
I think I vaguely remember that. Gosh, it's been what, probably 3 or 4 years ago, maybe a little longer.
Yeah.
But so since since your little swimming trip by the come and go, you've been clean?
Yeah, 3 years, 8 months, man.
Damn,
3
bro.
years, 8 months.
I'm proud of you. That's so awesome.
Yes, sir. I mean, it's not, I pretty much think about it all the time, you know what I mean? But it's not something that I can do. I can't do it, not just for me, but for my daughter, my fiance, my life, my family, just everything. Anything that I hold value in, I can't. Character is a big thing. I was stealing. I was just doing dumb stuff, man. Like stuff it's out of character. You're just not who you are, and you just do it without thinking. You're like, oh, they don't need it. I need it.
Yeah, I remember. I think someone, I can't remember who it was. It said that you took some stuff from your grandpa, uh,
Yeah,
Pete, and I knew that was at that point. I was like, damn, you must be in a bad spot because I know your grandpa's like your hero,
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and I'm sure he has already forgiven you and
Oh
probably real
yeah,
super
yeah,
proud of you. And
yeah.
uh,
I paid him back. I mean, what I can. I mean, you can never pay someone back emotionally or mentally, but I paid him back physically.
he's
Like,
gonna say he's probably worked you over, huh?
yeah.
Oh man,
Like, I'm
I
super
freaking
proud of you
miss
for
Pete.
getting clean. I'm super proud of you for getting clean, but I need that $1,000 back. God damn, man, really? I don't even got a job yet. I don't even got a
Oh,
job.
I can see it now. He's like, yeah, Derrell, I'm gonna need that grand back at about $9 an hour. So you, you gotta be out here every Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep. You can cut 42 ricks of wood for me. It'll pay me back. I'm like, all right, sounds good.
oh, that's so
Oh
awesome.
man.
Did you ever have a like a moment, I guess, when you were in rehab that like a rock bottom, like, hey, I know this is the bottom line. Like maybe after you come down off that 12-day bender
Oh yeah.
or
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Whenever, and I mean, again, not to, I guess you could say, put down anyone, but it was one of those moments where you look at it and you're like, okay, I
I shouldn't
have,
be here.
well, I shouldn't be here, but yeah, that's the main takeaway. But thinking of how you got there, okay, I have 92 college credit hours. I have five years and 7 months in the Air National Guard, which it's not active duty, but it's still the Air National Guard. They were paying for my school. I planned to go active after, a whole nother story. But I mean, it all relates back to drugs. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
I thought I could beat the system and I couldn't. So, I mean, I had that. It's just so much that you're like, I was this close. I was this close to being who I had envisioned myself being at the time, but it didn't happen. So, of course, as long as you're getting right and you're being true to yourself, then things will come to fruition. I mean, I'm here where I'm at now because of that. You know what I mean? But at the time, it was like, what in the hell did I do? Why am I in a chicken plant working at 38 degrees, slinging slimy meat around? Like, what? With true felons. I mean, true felons, like people that are like, this
Just
is
did
their
time.
last
Yeah.
straw. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is their last straw. I mean, you either get done with rehab or you're going to actual prison. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not there yet, but hell yeah, bro. I'll work beside you in the chicken plant. You know what I mean? Like, goddamn.
Hey, what's it like working in a chicken plant? My dad worked at one when he was, I think, 15 or 16. He worked for Tyson in Arkansas, and he said sometimes it's he said most people, if you work at a chicken plant, you'll never eat chicken again.
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, you know me, I have a garbage disposal gut, but I mean, I can eat anything. I can eat anything, but you get to the point where you're like, oh, chicken. Like, I'll never eat a Wendy's chicken sandwich. I'll never eat Zaxby's chicken tenders
Why?
because we had to make all those. We made all those at OK Foods in Muldrow. And I mean, I didn't OK Foods in Muldrow, Oklahoma. Yeah, I actually have a souvenir from there. It's a lady. I'll
Oh,
never give it up. I'll never give it up either. It's not a OK Food shirt, but like an older white lady. She was great. She was a nice lady. Her name was Nancy actually, and she brought like 20 shirts. One was her husband's, and it was a Muldrow Showdown monster truck shirt. And I got it, and I cut the sleeves off, and I wear it every day. Like every day I'm home, I have the Muldrow
oh,
Showdown.
she owned the joint or what?
No, she didn't own the joint. She just worked there. She brought shirts for everyone to have. My
Uh,
husband don't wear these ones. You guys can have these if you want
oh, that's great. I wish I could have
them.
one of those, dude. Uh,
Oh man,
so you made chicken for Zaxby's and Wendy's. How do you know? Like they literally told you that?
Zaxby's, Wendy's, actually in research too. No, like okay, so there's kill plants, which we weren't a kill plant. We were a production plant, which is the chicken comes to us already cut up, already in whatever it's going to be, breast, thighs, legs. when we get it in these metal combos, they call them, but they're just big ass metal buckets. And they bring them to the line. They go to the mixer. They put whatever seasoning wherever they're going. And I mean, we're talking 800 pounds of chicken at one time mixing in this mix. It's like a cement. It's a cement mixer, but it has seasoning in it. And then goes down the line, goes up into the freezers, comes down, and then after that, it's the bagging and it's the kick out, bagging, and boxing process. So once it comes down it separates itself out. Anything that's bad, too big, too small, bones sticking out, yada, 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 it separates itself, drops down this chute, and then it goes into these bags that automatically bag it. And I mean, of course, there's things that happen with the bagging, things that happen with the boxing where you got to pull them out. There's someone for everything. But you can see the bag. I mean, it's Zaxby's chicken tenders, Zaxby chicken tenders, the whole lot. And then the next one's like those great value Walmart chicken or Reese's chicken breasts in a bag. It's just like, whoa. I've seen them fall on the floor, and whatever wasn't touching, whatever wasn't touching the floor, they shoveled back into the combo.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
That's why
So
it cracks. People crack me up when they're like, like I don't go to McDonald's or anything, or excuse me, like any fast food. Like, yeah, I won't go there. They're nasty, this and this. And like, if you only saw behind the scenes, you would.
There's a lot of Espanol. I won't say Mexican, so I won't offend anybody. But there's a lot of Spanish women out there that are just flinging that shit around the line. They're just.
How long were you there?
I was there from March until November. Yeah, of 2017. So.
And it was all free?
I didn't get $1. Like you would think in order to help somebody out, like once their time's up with or even while their time's going, because he had guys, he didn't just have us at the chicken plant. Some guys were welders at Wheeler Metals in Muskogee, and he was getting their whole check. I'm like, wait, that doesn't add up. You got a welder at Wheeler Metals and you got a guy working at the chicken plant. My check was like $500 a week. This dude's is like $2,000 a week. That's a big difference. I mean,
yeah.
And that's his pay to stay at the rehab. No, get out. We were on food stamps and had a government phone. All that money is pocket money. All that money is pocket money. As soon as you get there, you have to sign up for food stamps. You have to sign up for WIC. You have to sign up for all the government assistance so he can get it on you. No joke, man.
Old Ray's got it down, buddy.
Ray don't pay no property taxes. He has a church on the land. Oh yeah, Ray's got it figured out.
Dude, Ray needs a documentary on Netflix, bro. This guy sounds interesting.
He really does. Like all the cars that we had, they were all from auction. He didn't pay for one. They were donated. What? People donated single wide trailers. Like so when you advanced, when you were a what did he call it? A graduate or
Ray's an entrepreneur, bro.
If you were a sponsor, you got to stay in a single wide with 3 other guys instead of the pole barn with 44 other guys.
44?
44 people, bro. Bunk beds just lined the walls. Boom, 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 boom. You're talking bed bugs. You're talking everything, dude. 6 showers, 4 urinals, 4 stalls. That's it.
Wow.
You're talking about people were fist fighting, people were mad, it was all bad, dude.
And you were there for about 6 months?
I was there, March, about 6-7 months. That last month was me after I graduated, and I was like, I'm gonna stay and be a sponsor. I haven't really figured out what I'm gonna do yet. And then it was like, first opportunity I had, I was like, I'm out.
I don't want to stay here and work at the chicken.
Yeah, I learned my lesson. We're out.
That's great. What was I going to say? Gosh, did you, I guess, do you keep up with Ray and any stuff like so you go to work throughout the day, when you come back home, what is like the rehab portion of it? Is it anything besides like hard labor? Like the way you described it to me so far, it sounds like holes.
Well, I mean, it's a modern day holes. Yeah, it's pretty much. I mean, but when you come back, I mean,
Stanley Yelnats.
I was 0, but we had a bunch of Stanley Yelnats there. I promise. No, but I mean, when you get so Muldrow's probably.
About a
I mean,
45-minute drive.
it's almost to Fayetteville. I mean,
Yeah.
or Fort Smith. Sorry, Fort
Yeah.
Smith. You go down 40. I mean, it's right there by Roland and Fort Smith. So it's about 45 minutes to an hour from the rehab.
Yep.
So we'd have to wait for everyone to get done. You had some people in the forklift department, some people in the chicken plant department. And I mean, we waited for everyone to be 5:36, get back, get done, shower, eat dinner, and then on Tuesdays was mandatory church. Sundays was mandatory church. And other than that, there was Bible study some days, which he didn't do any of them, but you had to do them. I mean, it was part of it. And then other than that, it was talk to your family. You know, once you had the weekends, you got Saturday and Sunday, you had to be back for church, but Saturday and Sunday you could go home and see your family once you had been there for a month. So once a month was up, you could go home for Saturday and half a Sunday and see your family. But that was it. I mean, other than that, I just ate dinner and thought about how big of a fucking idiot I was for being there. Sorry, excuse my language, but
no, you're good. You're good.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Do you think that actual place helped you the most, or do you think you were just, no matter where you went, you're ready in your life to be done? Like no matter if it was Rays or anywhere in the world?
I'd probably be strung out without any support right now if it wasn't for that place, because it taught me, it's what I needed. Like some rehabs, you know what I mean? They're kumbaya, yada, yada, yada. We're talking about it. We're hold hands and, oh my God, this is what happened. For me, I needed to be smacked in the mouth. Like, dude, you are tripping. Get your shit together. Like, what are you doing, dude? And that's what it did. I mean, it was like, okay, because I've always like working my hands. I've always like manual labor. That's just the kind of work that I like. I like to physically be grabbing, touching what I'm doing. And it taught me the true value of that. And then on top of that, it was like, God damn, I'm doing all this for no check. No check. What? Wait a second. What's going on, man? Okay. This is my payback for being an idiot. Okay. And so I made it a game. To me, it was a game. It was like, you got to get through this, buddy, because this is what you did to yourself. Like, it wasn't because, oh, this person put me here. I was doing this because of this person. It was never none of that. It was simply, you did this, get yourself out of it. This is what you got to do to get out of it. I'm graduating Ray's house. So I haven't been back. I've drove by Ray's house probably 500 times on my way to Texas, and every time I honk and flip it off. There's no love lost for Ray's house, but it taught me everything I needed to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good, dude. I think it's cool that, like you said, you're like, we're not go there and sitting in a circle and you're like, I am an alcoholic and I am a drug addict.
No.
And this and this. You're like, dude, you're going to Muldrow to work at the chicken plant.
Yeah. Day one. I wake up at 7:30 and he's like, they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm still pretty much high, but I'm coming down. I'm like, what is going on? Like, where am I at? Why am I here? What is going on? They're like, get a push mower and get outside. And I'm like, a push mower? Like, do you see all that grass out there, dude? I'm not push mowing that. They're like, yes, you are. You'll go home. But see, that's another thing.
I could see it now. I could see it now.
Well, that's probably the number one thing is I had the option. I wasn't one of those guys, like I said, that was in county jail, that this was it. If I didn't complete this, it was it. But I had to tell myself, okay, this is it, or else you won't have a family. You won't have anyone, you come home, you don't have nobody. You have to complete this program. To me, I didn't have to be there. He kicks me out, cool. Go, go F yourself, so to speak, Ray.
So basically you said you could have left if you wanted, but you said, I got to stay.
I could have left. Yeah, that was my whole, pretty much my only way of staying. Because if I would have convinced myself, okay, you can leave whenever you want, dude. Like after about probably 30 days of being clean, I've been like, I'm good. I got it. But I had to have some type of purpose, you know what I mean? So getting the graduation certificate, which it doesn't mean anything in retrospect, but it does to me because it signified you completed something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially
Up
like you
until
said.
that point, I hadn't completed anything. I hadn't completed anything except high school. I didn't complete college. I didn't complete the military. I didn't complete anything. So up until that point, I couldn't complete anything fully that I had envisioned completing. So when I went here, even though it was a short amount of time, it was, you have to get it done. This is the first thing you're going to get done fully. Like it or not, you're getting this mother done.
Did you ever have any moments where, like, you know, you're in the pole barn with 44 dudes, or you're like, dude, I'm out. I can't do it anymore. This is bullshit. I'm working for free.
Yeah, there was it was it was like 4 days in where I was still kind of convinced that I was being set up, and I like spazzed out of nowhere, and the dude Bobby was his name. I'll never forget it. We were in the laundry room, and I was doing my laundry, and I was like, you mother effers have a problem? And he's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I'll fight everybody. I'll be outside waiting. And I walked out of the laundry room, and I'm like, anybody who wants it I'll be outside, mother effers. And I walk outside, and I'm like convincing myself that everyone's coming outside, and no one ever came outside. And I was like, from that point on, I was like, okay, dude, you got to get it together, man. No one's out to get you. No one's out to get you.
Anybody can get it.
You did this. And I mean, I probably got my ass whooped by about 42 of them. So it's all right.
Everybody, when you said you're like, I watch those John Jones highlights, you're like, I think I can whoop anybody's ass. You're like, someone's gonna come up and roll me up.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna give somebody an elbow or a standing up headlock and choke them out, and I'm gonna be the one to end up getting choked out on the ground. Like, dude, what are you doing?
That's great. So you legitimately stayed up for 12 days in a row? No exaggeration?
Yeah. No exaggeration. I play 0. My thing was Call of Duty. And so by the end of the 12 days, I had carpal tunnel so bad I couldn't hold my hands straight. I look like this.
No
like,
way.
I swear, bro. I swear. I wouldn't lie to you. I wouldn't lie to you. Anytime I got tired, I'd do another bump. Anytime I got tired, I'd do another bump. I was like, I got it. And I had a clan online of people I played with, and they'd be like, dude, you've been online for during the last month of before I went to rehab, I had 15 days of gameplay. 15 days on Call of Duty, because it shows you how much gameplay you have. I had 15 days out of 30 that I had gameplay. Like, not just online, 15 days of gameplay that I had that I could go back and view. I played for 15 days out of 30. So, yeah.
So you did, like, when you're doing that, you didn't stop to eat? You just use the bathroom every now and then? Or
I probably drank 3 waters and ate 2 Hot Pockets in 12 days, dude.
No way.
It was, I mean, not really, but really. Yeah, I mean,
that's crazy.
It wasn't 2 Hot Pockets, but it was probably, I had actually, during the time I was craving spuds from Rib Crib. I had a barbecue brisket spud from Rib Crib. and I had 2 sausage and egg and cheese McGriddles from McDonald's. That's it. And probably 3 waters. Yeah. I was dehydrated.
Ridiculous.
I couldn't. I look like SpongeBob out of water when my mom would talk to me. I'm okay. I'm okay.
And you're probably smoking cigarettes and stuff too, drinking energy
cigarettes,
drinks.
dipping, drinking bangs. Like,
bro, that's ridiculous.
Bad, man.
You're lucky to be here.
Oh, I really am, man. And luckily to still be in, I guess you could say, a normal mindset. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people lose themselves. Hell, I might have snorted rat poisoning during that time. I don't know. I don't know what I was snorting. I just thought you know what I mean? I was just whatever was around for the time. I had two different groups of friends. I had my group of friends that was on their way to do something, my college group of friends that you all knew. Everybody knew I showed my face for them, and then I had the dark alley friends that I'd be like, "What's up, bro? What you doing? It's 2:00 in the morning. I still want to party. What you doing, bro?"
Night crawlers
over there, and go, yeah, night crawlers. I'd be up in the corner, fucking sticking my tongue out at Cyclops. You know what I mean?
After you stayed up for 12 days, what's the crash like when you slept? Is it just a normal sleep?
No. Oh no. It's like can't wake up no matter what. There was at one point I had stayed up for like 6 or 7, and my mom. This is again part of Melanie's a great woman, you know what I mean? But
Melody is a great
she,
woman.
I was asleep in my van with the van running, and in the driveway of her home, and she came out to wake me up. She's like, "What are you doing?" Some morning. She's going to work. I was asleep in my driver's seat, and she comes out and tries to wake me up and can't, and carries me in the house. How I don't know. I wake up like probably 24 or 36 hours later, like, what happened? I lost my eyesight dude, it was bad, dude.
What?
Like, yeah, my retinas, it was retina dysplasia. It actually, they peeled off. The front layer of skin of my eyes peeled off. I couldn't see. I was blind. Had to go to Dr. Dodson in Tahlequah. He had to like do an emergency surgery and fix my eyes. It was all bad, dude. It was all bad.
That is
Yeah,
ridiculous, dude.
yeah, yep, yep. I'm like you said, lucky to be here, dude.
Yeah,
Lucky to be
dude.
where I'm at. Lucky to have crazy little girl running around the house, call me dad, and all that.
Yeah,
Lucky, man.
how is the baby girl?
She's amazing. She's crazy. She's full of freaking energy. I'm getting paid back for some of that because she's full of attitude and full of spunk. She's amazing, man.
Oh gosh, you got any unconventional tips or advice for me? We already talked said little guy's gonna be here in about a month, so
Yeah. Um, yeah, don't listen to Lindsay. Just do your own thing. No, no, I don't know. I really don't. I mean, like I said, I'm gone for a lot of the time, but my thing is I'm I'm more conventional. Melanie will deny it till she dies, but she spanked my ass. I mean, she whooped my butt. She
dude,
whooped my butt growing up. I got Mr. Clue. His paddle says my name on it, dude. I mean, I got whooped. I got whooped all through high school, all through elementary. It didn't matter. I got whooped, and so
Uh,
I try not to.
hey,
Because
get this real quick. I want to cut you off before I forget. So, me and Lindsay were talking because she's from Midwest City and it's pretty rough up there. And she talked about, in school, she's like, yeah, I never got in trouble. And I was like, I got in trouble like in middle school, junior high, like just dumb stuff. But in high school, I didn't get in trouble because I didn't want to take end of semester tests. Like I just didn't. So I was like, I tried to not do any of it. But I was like, in middle school and junior high, I got SWATs all the time.
yeah.
She'd never heard of SWATs before.
What?
She claims in Oklahoma City schools they couldn't offer SWATs. And I was like, dude, I got lit up.
Oh man. There was a point in time where Mr. Clue was like, "You're wearing jeans under your sweatpants." He said, "You're wearing jeans under your sweatpants," because I was wearing multiple layers the days I do. Dude, I was
Um,
wearing multiple layers, man. I was getting wore out at school. I'd be like, "God dang, man, I gotta get SWATs today." Oh, I'm wearing jeans, shorts, sweats, all of it. Kevlar pants. It didn't matter.
oh my gosh. Yeah, dude, your stunts in high school, they were priceless. Priceless.
Oh man, dude, I think Brittany Walls maybe posted a post it was a while back, but she was like, your favorite story of sorry, all good. I was like, I think we all know mine. Threw the podium across the room, like made us stand. Like, and I mean, me right now, I would never make that. You know what I mean? Just because it's just too much, but it was really like a coming to age thing. I was like, you're gonna say what about Martin Luther King Day? I'm black. Boom, podium in the office. Me, Bob Lewandowski, and Mr. Kluwer in his office, and she
Oh,
says he reminds me of my abusive ex-husband. I lost it. I lost it. I was like, your abusive ex-husband. Oh my God, you. Oh man,
oh.
dude. Oh, it was bad. Yeah, I had to do the rest of the year in the cafeteria.
I
Yeah.
will, I'll never forget when you said that was my lone contribution to Black Lives Matter. Dude, stop.
It really was.
Stop it.
I bet it really was, man. That's a whole different topic for a different day. But I mean, that whole thing is irritating and stupid, man. I mean, I mean, it's irritating. So you tell by this mustache right here that I don't give a fuck about all
You said I'm about to have a beard to my belly, hide out the woods.
I like MLB more than I like BLM.
Oh, that's great, dude. Well, man, I'm super proud of you though, for real. I think it's cool that you can talk about it
Appreciate it.
and like, now that it's over, kind of got up about it. But that's always been your style, you're kind of like, man, I was an idiot and now I'm better.
Well, that's my thing is a lot of people didn't want to hear it. You know what I mean? They didn't take the time to hear it. A lot of people just took their assumptions and ran with them, didn't hear my side of the story, didn't hear me out. That was kind of another reason I wanted to get on here with you is because it it may not be, oh, it's not Joe Rogan. I mean, it don't matter. To me, your audience here's is the people that I want to hear me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like we had talked about before, Tahlequah is known for the gossip. It's known for the, oh my God, did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? Oh my God, did you hear what he did? Did you hear what she did? To me, the people that I want to hear my story are listening right now or will listen tomorrow or whatever. So that audience is who should have came up to me before and said, what were you doing 3 years ago? That's the reason I'm still not talking to you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there's a lot of people that still won't even look me in the eye because of what I was doing back then. You know what I mean? And that, oh yeah. I have very few people that I still talk to or still I still keep in touch with. You know what I mean? And God bless them, Brandy and Dandy and Addie. They're three of the people that do. They still do talk to me. So they've kind of heard my side of the story and let it be what it is. And my mom does their hair. But at the same time, there's a lot of people I did wrong that I would love to get in touch with and talk to. But for the most part, I've done my reconciling with the people that I need to reconcile with. And I know where I'm at right now. So that's why I wanted to get on here and talk to you and kind of give my side of the story and just BS with a friend.
I think it's super cool the way we did it too, because like you said, it's kind of cool to. I mean, we've caught up over the last year and a half or so, but we never really talked about this in depth. And then, like you said, it's kind of cool to let it out. And I mean, I'm being truthful. It really is kind of hilarious to sit here and laugh about it with you because, it's such a topic that is real somber and, people. It's rare that you could kind of talk about this. People are ashamed of it. And I mean, truth be told, I don't know that I could ever approach it like you are doing right now if it was me. Like, I think that takes a lot of guts and a lot of balls to laugh it off. And I mean, there's some stuff I'll do that I'm like, little things that I'm like, God, I don't want anyone knowing about that. Or the fact that you're like, hey, it's over. I'm trying to settle, I settled the scores and I'm laughing it off and realize that, I'm
not to cut you off, but I thought the lowest of lows was whenever Melody had to bail me out of jail on Mother's Day after I pissed in the alley. I thought that was the lowest of lows, bro, but it got real low after that.
Oh,
it
man.
got real low after that.
No,
you were like, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm trying to help you, bro. I'm trying to help you.
Yeah, for all the innocent bystanders there. So we're down at the only dive bar in Tahlequah, Ned's, and we're outside. We've been drinking pretty heavily, and Darrell's like, I gotta go to pee, and I'm like, well, just wait in the ride, and he's like, nah, screw it, I'm gonna go right here in the corner. So he starts going to the bathroom, and I like try to build a little wall, but then the Harry's pulls up real quick.
Well, let me intervene real quick. Prior to this, Derrell had fallen asleep on the bar, and that's why the cops were en route. The cops were en route because I had fallen asleep on the bar and got kicked out and wouldn't leave. And Justin followed me outside, and I told old Mo, poor Mo. Lance had told me all his dirty secrets, and sorry, Lance. Anyways, Lance had told me all his dirty secrets, and I was
you went all NWA on him.
You trying to arrest me? Slam off the hood of the car, punched him out, slammed off the window, and I was in jail and calling Melanie. I woke up, bro. My face was stuck to a sticky mattress, and I was looking at a wall, and I'm like, "What is going on?" And I ripped my face off the mattress and look at the bars of the jail, and I'm like, what happened? What the hell happened? Old boy come through the jailer. He had a tattoo on his forearm. He said, "You want breakfast, boy?" I said, "What? Why am I here?" He said, "You had a hell of a night. You might want to call somebody." And I called my mom, and she picked me up and said, "Happy effing Mother's Day to me, huh, Derrell?"
Oh, wow. Brutal, dude. On Mother's Day.
Oh, man.
That's good. That's funny.
Well, I appreciate you, bro. I really do appreciate you. I'm proud of you for everything you're doing. I'm happy that you're having a son, about to welcome in the son to this world and be a dad. And I mean,
dude,
gosh, dang, boy.
We're super
about
pumped,
to get
man.
real.
Yeah.
About to get real.
We got off key, but if you got any last tips or pointers for me, that'd be great. Something that's not cliche or stereotype. I try to look for, because everyone's like, "Oh, get your sleep now, and take care of your wife," which I plan on doing that. But
well, I mean, sleep ain't gonna happen, so you might as well just count that out. I'll just be real with you on that. If and I know how. I mean, I don't know Lindsay fully, but I know how Lindsay is, and Jordan's the same way. And it's like, you're part of this too. Come on, you know what I mean? I had to change. I was up at 2 a.m. She's screaming, throwing a fit, and I pray to God. What's his name going to be?
Lincoln.
I pray to God that Lincoln is a good sleeper and sleeps through the night for you, boss. But I promise you, if he don't, you might as well just go ahead and count those sleeping in and all that good stuff. That ain't happening.
Oh,
it's
gosh.
all night through the night. And I mean, at first it'll be, okay, I got it. And then it'll be like, are you going to do your part? My gosh, dang, man, I'm trying to sleep. Yeah, that ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen. So I would just say, just use your instincts, not anyone else's instincts. Just use your instincts. Do what you feel as a parent. Do what you feel, what you've always felt that you were going to be as a dad. Be that. Don't be what anyone else has written down or types on a Facebook post. That's why I didn't comment on your Facebook post. I had planned on talking to you, but even then, I mean, it's a bunch of like you said, cliche things. Just do what you feel is best. Do what you feel is right. You're not going to lead yourself to doing the wrong thing. You know what I mean? Do what you feel is right as a dad. Yeah, just do what you feel, man. He'll tell you. She tells me. If it ain't right, she tells me, "What the hell are you doing, dude?" I'm like, "Oh, my bad. My bad." we have a lot of those moments where she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I'm sorry."
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
Are you and the missus going to try to have a wedding in 2021, or are you going to wait a little longer?
Yeah, we're planning on winter 2021, man. We haven't decided a date, but that is what we're planning, is winter 2021. If she's not careful, we might have baby number 2 on the way too. You know what I mean?
Hopefully.
But no, that's what we're planning, is winter 2021. If not, it'll be early 2022. But yeah, winter 2021 is what we're planning. So
yeah, hopefully all the smoke will be clear by then. Everybody can. You have to wear a mask, and you can actually hug people and shit.
No, as soon as Kamala Harris becomes president, we'll be. And I say Kamala Harris because Joe Biden won't be president for more than 2 months. So as soon as Kamala Harris, as soon as Kamala Harris suck it till you can't get right. Anyway, sorry, I ain't gonna get political, but Kamala Harris, as soon as she becomes president, yeah, everything will clear up. It'll be what it is, whether it be gas prices at $5 a gallon, or no fracking, or no oil field, or whatever. Kamala Harris will have it set straight here in about 3 months.
I was literally talking about that with Lindsay, high gas prices today with Lindsay, because we saw a Bronco and she was like, is that a Bronco? I was like, yeah, or the new Bronco, sorry. And I was like, yeah, I drove the old Bronco in high school. And I said,
the old blue. Oh yeah. Blue, boy.
I was like, I drove that thing. I said, I loved it, except the second summer I had it, gas went up to $4.80 a gallon. And I can't remember why that was, but it was.
Thank you, Obama. That
was it Obama?
Yeah. Anyways.
No, I don't remember. I just remember like my mom was like, you can only drive like 12 miles a day because this thing gets like 8 miles of the gallon and we can't afford it.
Oh man.
Hey, do you like Obama?
Do I like Obama? I like Obama as a person, yeah.
Okay.
His political stance, not really, but yeah.
So I kind of the same way, me. I don't not a big politics guy, and I don't ever really talk about it, but I do. So I don't know anything about what he did, truthfully, or didn't do. The only thing I could know that he did is Obamacare, literally, because I don't keep up with it. But he put a book out, right? And I was like, he amazing speaker, and just seems like a hell of a guy, a hell of a father and a leader. And so I was like, I'm gonna buy his book, and I sent it back, dude. You know why?
Why?
Because it's 780 pages long, and that's part 1.
Oh, no way, bro.
Oh my God. So I got the book. I ordered Amazon, and I was like, dude, this looks good. I get it. It's 780 pages, and I'm like, okay, that's a lot. And dude, the print is tiny. I read 120, and I'm like, I can't. This is too much. I've put this unspoken rule on books. If it's over 400 pages, I can't do it. I'm done.
No.
400 is my cap.
No. Harry Potter, I'll watch you. Twilight, I'll watch you. I'm not reading shit, man. That's thousands and thousands of pages. I don't give a damn about them pages, man.
Yeah.
I just want to see what happens.
I was really looking forward to it though, because I was like, it looks good, and he talked about it on some late night show. But yeah, he said 780 pages, and that's the first part. And I was like, dude, I'm out. I can't. So I sent it back.
Part 2 is probably 1,200. So you did the right thing.
Right.
You did the right thing, man. How was I'll ask you. I think I saw you sent it to somebody. How was Matthew McConaughey's Green Lights?
Dude, it was freaking sweet. I'm not
I listened to him. I listened to him on Joe Rogan, and I really wanted to read his book. And then I saw you had sent it to somebody, and I'm like, I'm gonna ask him about that because he's a bad dude, man.
I think it was Colton. If it was Colton, he can probably get it to you. Or no, he
sent it to Sierra, didn't he?
He sent it to somebody.
Sent it to somebody, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so I'm not like a bookworm per se. I like to read, but his book is a great read. It's short. He puts it into short chapters, so you're not like long and drawn out. And he talks about some things that you wouldn't like typically talk about.
Yeah.
Like he has a story in there about when he goes to Australia as like a summer internship, and I don't know I'm not like one of these people, but it truly had like a suspense to it, and I was waiting for the next thing to happen.
Yeah,
it was really funny. And then he just talks about kind of his stories and growing up in Texas, and then about how they say some people are like, oh, you got to go out to Cali and you got to work for $8 an hour until you make it. And he goes, and
I when I heard him on Joe Rogan, he went straight to Cali, and he was like, not to toot my own horn, but I already knew. He said, I already knew what was going to happen. He said, I went on Dazed and Confused, and ever since then, I picked my own script. You know what I mean? I'm like, God dang, Matthew.
Yeah.
He's so cool, man.
He is. He's like, pretty much every, I interviewed for my first job, got it. He's like, I never really had to go without. He's like, I made money my first one, and it just took off.
Go ahead.
He did say that, his dad, like he was kind of hesitant to do it, to become like an actor, because he's from oil field in Texas. So his dad's like, we don't do arts and actors and stuff like that. But obviously he did it. So.
Yep.
Yeah. No. I think you definitely like it, and it's not 700 pages like Obama's. Dude. It's a cool 300, and they're not tiny print. You could crush it in no time. So.
Definitely gonna read it. I listen to him every night on Calm. I have the Calm app.
You like it?
Puts me to sleep when I'm on the road. Yeah. Oh, I love it. But I usually listen to landscapes, and then for some reason again, no homo, but his gorgeous face popped up. It said, have Matthew McConaughey read you a bedtime story. I'm like, that's a little weird, but I'll do it anyway. And he reads like random like thoughts, I guess, he has for the day. And I mean, I pay for it monthly, but he'll read like he literally just his thoughts for the day, kind of his winding down. He reads it to you, and you're like, God dang, boy, you put me straight to sleep. I appreciate it, Matthew. I appreciate it, Matthew. You're good some bitch.
So you really like that app?
Oh, I love it, man. Yeah. Shout out to Matthew McConaughey and LeBron James for Calm app. No, No, what does Joe Rogan say? No sponsorship here, but shout out to Matthew McConaughey and LeBron James for Calm app. It's awesome. I love it.
I've heard of it, but
helps.
I'd never used it. So
Yeah, if you're ever away from Lindsay and the beautiful sleep you get at home, that's what I use is Calm app. I listen to Rain on the Leaves. If you were wondering, Rain on the Leaves. It's just rain hitting leaves for 2 hours straight until I go to sleep.
Do you still sleep like the dead, bro?
Oh, dude, I'm dead, man. Like this morning, Jordan had to hold Rylan by the waist and have her smack me in the face with a metal spoon. I don't know if that's really what happened, but pretty much that's what happened. She was like, "Wake up! It's 10 o'clock." I'm like, "Gosh, dang, it's 10 o'clock already. What happened, man? How am I still asleep? I'm tired as hell." Yeah. Oh yeah, I still sleep like the dead, bro. I can't wake up for nothing.
I guess it's better than waking up in some of the places you did a couple years ago, right? Old Ray's house, huh?
Wake up and there's cement floor and a guy sleeping above me that snores and farts. Yeah, I'm good on that. I'm good on that. Eddie has bed bugs. Them things were leaping down with swords and everything. They were hopping onto my bed ready to fight. I'm like, man, I'm just trying to sleep, dude. What the hell do y'all got going on in here? Yeah, good food though. They made a tater tot casserole that can kill anybody. Oh man!
I bet that place had the whole place had the dumps, dude.
Oh, dude, it was bad, man. You're like, mother effer, I'm taking a shit. Leave me alone. Like, goddamn, I need to take a shit, bro. Let me in that sucker. Dang, man.
What do you got? You said 44 people and 4 toilets?
Yeah, 44 people and 4 toilets. It was 2 urinals. Sorry. 2 urinals, 4 stalls, and then you had 5 or 6 showers right when you walked in, and then 5 sinks. That's it. So I mean, the hot water was limited to like 7, because after that first 5 went, the other 2 had hot water. The last 3 didn't.
It sounds like you went to basic training twice, bro. Like literally just
except this was like apart. The ghetto version. This was the hood version of basic training. It was the hood version, bro. We didn't have bed bugs and people trying to fist fight and all that shit at basic training. It was like it was like, okay, well, this guy ain't gonna cut it. Send him to medical leave. You know what I mean? That's how it was at basic.
Right.
You marched. You stayed in order. Here it was like, fuck. It was like Lion King, except for everybody was Scar and the hyenas. Everybody was Scar and the hyenas. The hyenas were the freaking people at the goddamn deal, and he was Scar. Ray was Scar.
That's great. Do you have any any tips or pointers for someone who kind of might have been in that situation? Something.
Yeah. Something that, my deal is continue to see light in it, man. I mean, there's nothing that'll ever. I mean, I can't say everything because I didn't fully delve into it intravascularly and all that. I did everything. I snorted everything, or I took everything by mouth. I never did anything intravenously or whatever it's called. I didn't shoot anything up. So I don't know everyone's situation, but mentally, there's nothing that can really just completely take you down. I mean, you have control of it, whether it be hard or not hard. You have control of it. It sucks. It's hard to break, but you have control over it. So whether you have to go to rehab, whether you have to tell yourself, hey, I need to isolate for 30 days. I need to get away from everyone and move to Florida or to Cuba or wherever you got to move, wherever you got to do. You know what I mean? Whatever it is that you got to do that. And stick with whatever your gut feeling is at the end of it, because there's nothing that can really just bring you down other than yourself. I mean, it was all me. I had factors that I thought that were the reason, you know what I mean? I thought that all this or all that or all this, or it was her fault or it was his fault, or it was this situation that drew me to that. It was me. I was searching for something or escape in something or a vice in something that wasn't real. You know what I mean? You have to decide that. So tell yourself that you got it and you got it. Other than that, I mean, for me, that's what worked. It sounds simple. It sounds easy. It sounds cliche, but that's really what it was. It was, you have to do this for you or else you're done. I mean, that's it. I made it a game. I made it something that I could do, and I did it. I mean, I still get drunk. I still love to drink whiskey. I still love to have a good time. I still love to, you know what I mean, have a good time with my family. I still love to just be me. But the extracurricular and all that other stuff, the vices, the things that are drawing you down, those things aren't what makes you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that's my thoughts on it, my 2 cents on it. I'm glad you asked me about it and talked about it, and I'm glad I can get that out because I haven't really talked to many people about it. I've talked to my fiance, I've talked to my family, but like I said, people, I think Cole's the only one I've talked to about it. You know what I mean? So
I hope that that you might get some positive feedback from it, just because, like for example, with this podcast, I've done 20 episodes. I think you're like 19, 20, but I had random people through the grapevine tell me, they're like, hey, someone said they listened to this and they enjoyed it, and I was like, really? I didn't ever expect that. But then I get random messages from people about random episodes that I never thought would ever even like listen to it. Like a big one was, the coronavirus with my dad, and that stuff to me honestly is quite boring. But
yeah,
I thought people were burnt out on the talk. But when I put that out, I had like half a dozen people that were like, that was really good, and a lot of nurses and stuff that I hadn't talked to in years, and then just random people like Colton. Colton has told me, he's like, yeah, hey, I saw you share it, so I was like, I'm gonna listen to this, and they're like, I thought it'd be cool to start one or talk on one. But anyways, that might be cool if when we put this out there, if someone's like, that's a nice perspective, and maybe get some good feedback on it.
If they like my perspective, they got a good sense of humor. I appreciate you too. Whoever likes my, but like you said, I mean, I can laugh about it, I can joke about it, but it's me. I'm not laughing at the actual situation. I'm laughing at myself. The situation, yeah, it's serious, but you got to laugh at it, or else you can't. You're not over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think
that to me, that's
people,
what it makes.
If people who do know you will totally understand it, and people who don't, hopefully they get some laughs out of it and realize, like,
And
I mean,
Bear, Cody Bear, I know I still owe you $1,000, bro, but I ain't never gonna pay you. I ain't never gonna pay you, Cody Bear. I heard your podcast. I laughed the whole time. But I ain't never paid you $1,000 over our bet. I promise you. That NCAA snowed in at your house ain't never getting paid back.
Oh man, he's gonna be so salty. You're like, I want to pay everyone back. I want to like right my wrongs. And you're like the one guy. You're not getting a dime.
Double or nothing. Double or nothing. Oh man. Screw you, Tim Tebow. Screw you, Tim Tebow. Percy Harvin screwed me, man.
That was great, dude. Yeah, he's gonna be super happy. As soon as I cut this, I'm gonna be like, hey, skip to 1 hour 5 minutes and listen.
Oh man. All right, bro. Well, I appreciate you again. It was good, man.
Yeah, dude, been a great talk. I do want to ask you before you get off. I've been asking all my guests, give me 2 songs that are pumping you up right now currently. I make a
2
playlist to
songs.
add them.
Set It Off by Boosie.
Oh, what?
Yeah, Set It Off by Boosie.
Set it off.
On the nipples, on the titty.
Dude, Boosie never gets old. Okay.
And Me Versus Me by Moneybagg Yo.
Okay.
Me Versus Me. Yeah, that's ghetto hood shit, but it gets me going, dude. It makes me swing that 8-pound hammer quick.
I got Set It Off on my phone, but I don't have the other one on there. But yeah, Boosie's a classic, bro.
Yeah. All right, bro. It's been good. It's been real. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Hey, appreciate you for coming on. Been a great chat. And then I appreciate you for always sharing my stuff and promoting
Always,
it. So.
man. Always, man. You're an OG. You're one of my best friends. I'll always keep you to the heart. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, dude. Super proud of you.
Thank
Thank you, man.
It's good, man.